Alright, I think I got the looping figured out. Hi guys, this is Kyle on Four Wheels, and hopefully for you that were watching, I have the loop figured out so it doesn't loop again. Alright, our topics today are 5 surprising things super successful people do. There is something about NASA and the new Martian movie coming out that they both have in common. And we're going to talk about Halo 5 and the characters, weapons, the release date, all that good stuff. So again, this is Kyle on Four Wheels. I'm streaming news right now, and I will also do games in the future, but right now I am just doing news. So those for you that want me to actually watch games, this is not for you today. Alright, now we're going to get into 5 surprising things super successful people do. Alright, one of them is they avoid decision fatigue. They're not afraid to say no. They embrace boredom. They don't try to improve their weaknesses. And the 5th one is they wake up before the sunrise. Now, if you want to be successful and you want to know the steps, this is what you do. Okay. What separates the super successful from everyone else? There are well-known factors such as work ethic, passion, intelligence, grit, whatever the case. But there are also less obvious habits that allow certain individuals to separate themselves from the pack and become truly great at what they do. Again, there are 5 factors that super successful people do naturally. They avoid decision fatigue. Did you know willpower is a infinite resource, so there's no reason why you shouldn't be able to do it. It's almost like a gas tank. In the morning, your gas tank's full, but most of us wake up and immediately begin to make all those little small decisions. Oh, what am I going to wear? All that stuff. Each one of these uses a teeny mince amount of willpower, but burning some of the gas in our tanks that that you really want to use during the day. I mean, you can drink energy drinks and coffee and stuff like that, but I mean, really, you want natural energy. So for developing your reserves for the rest of the day. Super successful people recognize that by wasting their willpower on important decisions, they have less fuel to make the greater and more important decisions that really matter in their lives and or business, because we're talking about businesses. And the second thing would be they're not afraid to say no. We've long been taught to seize every opportunity. We're supposed to say yes to everything that comes up, managing our own priorities, while also being a team player, because everybody wants to be a team player. Everybody wants to be a leader of some kind. Counterintuitive, it's this attitude that often holds us back. Every time you say no to a low priority obligation, you free up time and energy to cases after what you really want to chase after what you want. So all these little things you just want to avoid. That's pretty much what I'm trying to say. They embrace boredom. Now that's a big role because I actually run a business and there's hours at a time to where if I don't come up with things to do, I get bored. So you have to get used to being bored. Super successful people generally have, the resources to go on, adventures, travel, try new things, and learn, new skills. In the face of all this, stimulating opportunities, many embrace boredom. Why? When it comes to business and personal development, they realize that growth is often the result of slow incremental improvements. So like for an example, a really good example for Olympic gold medalist Michael Phelps didn't become the fastest swimmer in the world overnight. Obviously, but what made him the best is he embraced the rigid repetition series of pre-practicing actions and primed his mind and body for success. That means prepared his mind, thought about it. It's kind of like you picture yourself winning the race before you even get into it. So mastering a skill typically requires sticking to a routine. Many successful athletes, artists, interpreters, business leaders have embraced the boredom of repetition in order to master their crafts. Like me, I pretty much 50% of my day I'm doing every single day. So like if you work in a factory, you're going to be doing that pretty much every day. The fourth thing is they don't try to improve their weaknesses. So you know that annoying question you're often asked in job interviews. It goes something like this: What is your biggest weakness, and how have you tried to improve it? Most of us have an answer, already prepared. So improving the weaknesses, as fools. It's so hard to put this down in the words, because. And if you were watching before, yes, we did fix the looping. So, and the fifth thing is they wake up before the sun rises. And what do CEOs and millionaires have in common? Well, business leaders rise long before the sun rises, while the majority of us are still snoozing. They're meditating, exercising, engaging in creative work, and generally getting a productive start of the day. So that's the 5 things that separates good, successful businessmen from the normal average Joes. So, okay, now the fun fact about NASA. Alright, the new Martians movie is coming out very soon, and although the movie action in The Martians takes place in 20 years in the future, NASA is already developing many of the technologies that appear in that film. So, I think that's very awesome. And the last topic we are talking about today is actually about Halo 5. I'm going to go through not everything, but stuff that I think people would like to know. It's obviously, you can look it up on, Halo Nation's Wikipedia, stuff like that. But the release date is October 27th of 2015. That is the release date of Halo 5. Alright, and I believe the same date releases in the UK. It's made by 343 Industries. There's going to be campaign, multiplayer, Forge, and I'm really curious what Forge is going to be like, actually. It's only coming out for Xbox One, as you might have guessed. The writer is, again, Brian Reed from Halo 4. The media and the designers are still TBA. We're still going to have, obviously, John 117, and there's about 12 other characters. I'm not going to name off all of them, but there's Jamison Lockey, Linda 058, Kelly 087, which these are probably, Master Chief, stuff like that. Edward Buck, Holly Tanaka. People, I think they're bringing from the Halo Wars series, but, man, there's so many places where they made this. I mean, it's not just the US, but, it costs a lot of money. But one of the interesting things, the new things they're going to have in Halo 5 that they did not have in Halo 4 are some of the things that are similar but work out a lot better. The thruster pack is similar to the thruster pack in Halo 4, except now there is movement in any direction. So when you're playing Halo, that could really benefit you going up, down, sideways, stuff like that, instead of just going up in like a 45-degree angle or whatever, straight up and down. There's also the ground pound. While in the air, you can slam down into the ground, potentially killing anyone below. So it's kind of like the gravity hammer, but I don't think you have to pick up the gravity hammer. I think that's going to be like an option. There's also the clamper, or the clamber. If you miss a ledge, you can pull yourself up. So in Halo 5, now it's going to be like Tomb Raider, pretty much. So when you go off a cliff, you're gonna be able to pull yourself up, which is actually really nice instead of dying. Because I've had a glitch to where I went off a cliff and a checkpoint, and I just kept dying. So that'll get rid of that problem. There is the slide, which this one I love. While sprinting, you can slide. So if you're running for cover and you're almost there and you're almost dead, give it a little slide. It might save your life. So any comments, just comment below. I'll try to answer them as fast as possible. If I can't answer them at the moment, I will make another video. It's no big deal for me to make videos. There's also, the next one would be charge. While sprinting, you can slam into an enemy. So I'm thinking it's almost like the energy sword, when you lock onto somebody, but this, you'll just be sprinting, and then you can slam. That's what I'm guessing it's going to be like. There's also the sprint. There's another sprinting like in Halo 4, but after a certain amount of time, you will achieve the perfect velocity to activate the previous two abilities. So that they didn't really get specific on, so I can't really elaborate on that. Sprinting will stop shield recharging. That's the only thing that I don't like about this new update. So when you're sprinting, you won't be able to recharge. So they're swapping out the diving, I think, for the recharging, because I know in other Halos I could sprint all I want and it would recharge. So the Smart Scope, a zoom function that applies to all weapons. Each weapon has a different degree of zoom. So I think it's pretty much like every single weapon in Halo 4. You know, I like Halo 2 or 1, you know, the pistol. They made a really bad update from Halo 1 to Halo 2 with the pistol. You know, Halo 1 it was able to aim, and Halo 2 you weren't able to aim with the pistol. So they really didn't benefit themselves from that, but they fixed that now. Multiplayer Guardians will split into two main player styles: the classic arena experience and the new 24-player game. So Warzone Big Team Battle will not be presented in the game at launch. So if you're a big Warzone guy or a big team battle, which I personally like big team battles, that will not be presented in the game at launch. Instead, replaced with Warzone later. However, it will be supported, you know, post-launch. So it will be in there, just not at the actual release. Kind of like GTA 5, where online it took them 2 weeks to get it up. That was really surprising. Spectator mode will be allowed within multiplayer matches. So you can view your friends, I'm guessing, while they're playing. So there will be over 20 multiplayer maps at the launch of Halo 5. At least an additional 15 maps will be added post-launch before June of 2016. So you'll be able to get this in a month, but they're not going to come out with maps for, what did they say, June? I forgot already. So it'll be in about 10 months they'll release some more maps. So this is all on Halo Wikipedia, by the way. I'm just making it super easy for you guys to access. They're gonna the team types are gonna be obviously Arena, Breakout, Team Slayer, Strongholds, Capture the Flag, Warzone, and that looks like that's about it. But the weapons for Halo 5, for the UNSC, there's actually a lot. For Covenant, there's only 7 Covenant weapons for Halo 5 now. But for the UNSC, there's like 15 to 18. So there's the heavy barrel service rifle, the Honduras MLRS, the designated marksman rifle, which I think is a triple shot. There's the tactical shotgun, which they're probably going to update that, and I really hope they do. I hope they make it longer to shoot. There's the individual combat weapon system, and I'm really curious what that is. There's a light machine gun, obvious, from every single UNSC Halo series. There's the sniper rifle system 99 series 5. So this will probably be updated. I'm guessing you'll be able to zoom in pretty freaking far, which all previous Halos you could only zoom in twice. You know, I think it was the 2 times or 4 times and then the 10 times. They actually might update it to 12 or 15 times, so that's really good. The rocket launcher model is coming back. They're keeping that in. Actually, the Spartan laser is coming back. I don't think I remember that in Halo 4. I could be wrong here, but the laser is coming back. So machine gun model, obviously. Alright, and that's pretty much it for the UNSC for Halo 5. Halo 5 Covenant weapons would be the energy weapon and sword. They're still keeping that in there, and I'm really curious on what the swords are going to look like, because every series they do change the swords just a little bit. You know, the graphics always get better and the swords always look really badass. Alright, there's the direct energy pistol, which is in every single Halo. Even Halo Wars, they still had them there. You just couldn't fire them yourselves, obviously. There's the energy rifle advanced, so there's both. Again, that was in Halo 4. There's the carbon rifle. There's the anti-armor weapon, which I'm really curious on what that's going to be. And there's the plasma caster, which I'm really curious on what that's going to be too. So there's a couple new weapons they're going to be putting out for UNSC and the Covenant. And there's a Type 33 Glide Munitions launcher. So and it might be launching plasma at people, maybe, in Halo 5. That'd be nice. And I'm going to try to pronounce this, and if I get it wrong, I am sorry. But besides the legendary weapons, which is up next, there is a new weaponry that's called Ecumenin. I don't know. It's Ecumene. And there is the energy engagement weapon, energy automatic weapon, and energy pistol atomic, and the splinter turret. There's only 4 for these. So I don't know if it's from Halo 4 or not, and if they are, it's most likely going to be updated. Because I know the enemies in Halo 5 are going to be just overkill. Because they have to up the ante, of course, but Halo 5 Legendary was alright. I mean, the hardest Legendary I've ever faced was Halo 2. So it's not going to be that difficult. Vehicles. Okay, here's a good topic. Vehicles is very important to me in the Halo series because in big team battles, like I said before, I'm a very big fan of, and obviously SWAT, but that doesn't pertain to vehicles. There's the Pelican. They're having those, so you'll be able to fly the Pelican. There's the Force Application Vehicle, the M12, which I'm not familiar with that, so they could be new, or I'm just having a brain fart here. There's the Mark 9 Armored Defense System for the Roundting something. Drazel, MGG Drazel. And there's going to be the Infinity Class Warship. Now that sounds cool. That is a new UNSC vehicle. Now there's a couple more here, but I mean there's a Pillar of Autumn. I don't know if you're going to be able to drive all these, or they're just naming what they're bringing back into the game. Now the Covenant weapons, since there's actually a lot. There's 11 Covenant vehicles and ships when there was only about 5 weapons, so that's really peculiar to me. And there's only one Ecumene, or whatever you call it. There's only one. It's called the Phantom. So I don't know if you're doing anything with those. Thanks guys for tuning in, by the way. I have 2 watching right now. This is my first stream, so thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to. You don't have to. I do this for fun. So alright, Covenant vehicles. We're having the Rapid Assault Vehicle, which hopefully that's the Ghost, because they don't really specifically name the Ghosts. There's Type 26 ground support aircraft. And this is Covenant, by the way, just a reminder. So it's really weird to me. Identified Covenant ship classification. It's a simulation first appearance, so that might be the first ship you see, because it says first appearance. So CCS class battlecruiser, that's also going to be in there. The Undiminished Intellecti, that's going to be a first appearance also. So that's going to be one of the first things you'll probably see. The Purity of Spirit, that's going to be another vehicle. Now there's some weird names with these, so people that are playing this game are going to have to have a mouthful to speak fast as far as what vehicles they want and don't want. There's the Splendid Intention. Now that sounds weak. There's the Assault Gun Carriage, Troop Carrier, Ground Support Ultra Heavy Deployment Platform, which I'm guessing is more used for Forge. And I would really like to know if somebody knows, if they can comment below, if they know, are they going to allow people to forge and have it be a part of Xbox Live? Now that would be amazing. And if anybody knows anything that I have not said, just comment in the comments. I'd love to know. I'm all about Halo 5 and the Halo series. It's going to be a standard game disc. There's going to be no Limiters Collection or Digital Deluxe at first for the box art. The limited edition game disc is going to be, well, for the standard, I guess there's going to be a standard for the game disc, but there's going to be a limited edition for limited edition game disc. So I think they're going to make it separate, and it's optional with the Limiters Collection disc if you want the game download or the limited edition game disc. Now, the only things that have the limited amount of options from the buying standpoint is the standard disc. So If you buy the standard disc, the only thing you're going to get with it is the 14-day Xbox Live Gold trial. If you're getting the limited edition, you are getting the limited edition game disc, obviously, the 14-day Xbox Live Gold trial, which I'm thankful they're bringing those back, the Fall of Reach animated series, because they're redoing the Reach series, which maybe we'll talk in the next news broadcast. The steel bookcase, the REG bundle, Spartan locks, orders, and whatever that is. It's a blue team and fire team. It might be action figures. Who knows? The Metal Guardian model, you're going to get one of those. But you even get more with the limited collector's edition. Now, they haven't released any prices yet. But you get everything I just said plus the game download, which that's really peculiar to me because it just says game download. Now the digital deluxe, the only thing you're going to get is the game download, the Fall of Reach animation series, and the REG bundle. So if I was going to buy Halo 5, if you're a really big Halo 5 fan, get the limited edition or the Limiters Collected. But you might be able to pre-order that. The standard edition of the game includes a disc and the 4-day Xbox Live Gold trial, and is set to release October 27, 2015. Now, I could talk about Halo all day, but let's move on here. The digital edition contains the digital download of the game without disc or game case. So I'm guessing you can buy those separate, including collectible items such as a limited edition game disc and the steel bookcase. The Halo 5 Guardians limited edition is available to pre-order before the release of the game, so you can actually pre-order it, which is pretty normal in my case. The additional to the limited edition case and the disc, the bundle includes a 14-day Xbox Live trial, Halo: The Fall of Reach animation series, and the Warzone REG bundle, a blue team, like I just said. But the limited edition is going to cost $100. So if you don't have the coin, just get the normal one. But if you have $100 to spare, it's going to cost $100. Now I don't know if that's in the pre-order or not, but it's going to be $100. Alright, the Xbox One reveal. The Halo Xbox One was confirmed to be in the development for the Xbox One during the Xbox One reveal event on May 21 of 2003. So we've known this a while now. And it says right now it's being heavily tweeted about. So if you don't know really anything. Oh, okay, I just got a comment. Who's going to win Big Brother? If you are a Big Brother fan like me, which now I'm going to have to tag Big Brother in this because I'm talking about them. So thanks, JoelDude76. If you're a Big Brother fan, I don't want to put any opinions on here. I don't want to start a comment war. But who I think should win the Big Brother is not Vanessa. She has been playing a very big game. And I don't want Steve to win, and I really want Vanessa to win. I think I really wanted Austin to win Big Brother, but I really honestly just want I just want Vanessa to win. And who I think is gonna win, I think Vanessa's gonna win, but I really want Liz to win. I don't know. Steve will win. Yeah, it's very possible. They've all been playing. Steve has been a floater ever since the end. The last quarter, Steve has really picked up his game. So who I really think is going to win is Vanessa, but who I really want to win is Liz. Now, see, I'm not saying Steve isn't a nice guy and he has been playing hard enough, but Vanessa has played a way better game than Steve. So if anybody deserves to win as far as gameplay, Vanessa, but who I personally want to win is Liz. But anyways, off that topic. All my topics are random on my news channel, and so if you actually have a topic you want me to talk about, just put it in the description and I'll try to talk about it. I know it's hard to talk, but I'm pretty much on the same time every day, 6:30 p.m. Not Central Time, obviously. So it's basically I will be ending it this time every day until I get more popular. Then I will be talking more on streaming. So please subscribe. That would really help me out. That just lets me know people actually are watching my streams. If you don't like it, if you don't like anything that I did in the stream, just let me know. If there's anything that any information I got wrong, which I doubt it because I'm literally getting this off the Wikipedia for Halo 5. Just really what I'm looking for a lot of comments to improve the channel because this is the first stream video. So ending comments put in the description below, the comment description below. And I will be doing this tomorrow at the same time, but it will end at 7:40, and I will be starting around 6:30, more like 6:40. But so there you have it. First broadcast, Kyle on 4 Wheels, streaming news and games. And games is coming soon. I just have to get a camera on my face so you can see my reactions because a lot of people like reactions. Or I have to get a system so you can actually see my computer. If anybody knows what the system costs so I can have people view my screen, that would be amazing because then I could actually show you what I'm reading as I'm talking. So, alright, I'll see you guys tomorrow. Kyle on 4 Wheels.